This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back building a tiny house in the world of Windenburg using the brand new Dream Home Decorator game pack that comes out today, actually, for The Sims 4. Thank you again to EA for early access so I can show you guys some of these builds earlier. But right now I am just playing around with a sort of exterior of the build, trying to figure out what sort of style I'd like to go for. I just wanted to mess around and make a unique tiny home and utilize a lot of the new items from this pack. And I think that this is a tiny home for an interior decorator. I did add a desk space inside with some like planning materials and all of that sort of stuff. And I wanted to utilize some of the new furniture, or like a lot of the new furniture, and make this a really usable space. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun in the future building more and more tiny homes using the modular furniture and just some of the space-saving things that were included in this pack. So this is just the first, but I'm so happy with how it came out. As you can see right here, I am placing a table against the wall. The whole idea there was I'm going to be putting a window a little bit later, and I thought that that would be a nice way to include a dining space that's not inside but is connected to the inside. So your Sims aren't actually going to be able to pass food through that window, but it has the appearance that they could, and I love that idea. I'm also using the new doors that came with this pack. I use the single door as the side entrance and the interior door to the bathroom, and the sliding glass door, one of them with the more detail to it, on the front of this build as the main entry. And of course, I'm going for like an orange and black color scheme here, the wood tones that I adore, and we got a lot of the new furniture in these same wood tones, so I definitely utilized that for this build. And I think it's kind of a funky shaped tiny house. I really like it. It has like a little glass roof over on one side. We have the porch space, and I'm working on landscaping now using lots of Show Live Edit objects. Because this pack didn't come with a world, it didn't come with like any landscaping stuff, but I'm excited to see what sort of world we get with the new expansion pack coming up. I'm very curious about that. But for right now, I'm just loving this game pack. I know a lot of people have found glitches with it. I've done some gameplay at this point, as well as doing quite a few builds. And so far, I haven't had any issue, but I completely trust that there is some issue. So I hope that the glitches are fixed soon. Oh, and I really wanted to use the sectional sofas here, but there wasn't going to be space inside based on the layout I was thinking, so I thought we could do one outside. I know it's not weatherproof, but in The Sims it would be, and I think it looks cute. So we have a sectional outside for some outdoor living, and I just put like a little candle on this rock table. We have a barbecue, and I'm trying to think what else I put out here. I think a lounger as well, and some pillows. Oh yeah, and some string lights. The toddler string lights are still some of my favorite items to include, and I kind of tucked them away in trees so you wouldn't see the sticks. I wanted it to look like we hung them between the trees instead, and I thought that that came out pretty nice in the end. So just going to be grabbing another tree here to go ahead and hide that pole, and that's most of the exterior of what I did. I believe I added some planter pots out here as well, and then there's going to be a couple inside, I think, in that glass roof area, and I thought a bike would be a nice addition as well if your Sims want to go driving around in the countryside of Windenburg, because we don't have cars, we just have bikes. But I'm happy to have bikes. But we're heading on into the inside now. I knew I wanted to have the kitchen here by this window like I had mentioned, and I thought that these counters were absolutely perfect for that. And since we're building in a tiny home, I really wanted to utilize as much space as possible. So what I ended up doing is we don't have a sink in the kitchen. I know we do right now. I will be switching it. We just have a sink in the bathroom space, and for the kitchen, we just have a dishwasher because the dishwasher can go under the counter, and then the counter you can prep on, and then we have the stove or the oven and the fridge in one tile stacked on top of each other, and then we have a stovetop burner. So I was very happy with this orientation. It's just 3 tiles, and it's a fully functional kitchen because you don't technically need a sink. You need a sink if you would like a sink in a house, and I have one in the bathroom. So this tiny house does have a little bit of a bigger bathroom than I typically build, but I was really happy with that. Over here, I'm trying to figure out what sort of bed I'm going to use, and I come back to this a little bit later. I really wanted to use that bed because I think it's really pretty. It's one of the new double beds we get in here. It would make it so you could have 2 Sims in the house because they finally fixed scooting, and so your Sims will scoot over to the other side of the bed. But I didn't end up using it in the end because I was too tempted by the new loft beds and the functionality that they added for adding things other than another bed underneath. So yeah, but here by the front door, I'm just adding a place to hang up coats and put some shoes and stuff now that we have these new modular, basically closet pieces. And then heading back over to the bed space. I kind of bounce around the build quite a bit trying to figure out how I want to lay it out. You probably saw me placing down the desk in the front of the house. It's my favorite desk that came with this pack. I just think it's really pretty. And we'll be adding a lot more clutter to it in a little while because I did imagine that the sim living here was an interior decorator. So I wanted to make sure there was a lot of clutter and belongings that made sense for that particular career that we just got. I also traded out here the countertop oven because I didn't like the other one. There's 2 different versions you get, but one of them I think is way cuter. But we're over by the desk space again now, getting some magazines and some boxes, the planning wall that has like a mood board and stuff on it. There's also this swatch booklet that came in debug. It's the one that your interior decorator will flip through when they are doing the career, so I wanted to place that down. And then there's some regular clutter that has more swatches and floor plans and stuff. I just wanted it to look kind of messy here. I believe I ended up adding a plant and a lamp in this space as well. I wanted to make sure you could have some lighting if you're working on some ideas late at night, and a mirror by the front door as well. And then you can see me trying to figure out, do I want a bunk bed? Do I want a double bed? I don't know what to put here. I really like this one, but I like this idea better. And I ended up going with a loft bed in the end. So this is only a house for 1 sim, but you could definitely switch it up and have a double bed here instead. But since I had the loft bed, I decided to put a couch underneath. That is one from Snowy Escape. And then I made a little bit of a modular unit over on the other side here so I could have a TV, but also fit some clutter in. And there's just so many possibilities with the modular furniture. I've just scratched the surface of them. I cannot wait to explore more options and play around with them more. So this one's really simple. I'm just combining 3 different pieces. And then I also have a guitar in this space. And then I was putting a couple of different planters over in that glass area. You can really use that for whatever you'd like. I wasn't sure what I wanted to use it for, but I'm pretty sure in the end I just have an ottoman in there and then 1 planter. I think I got rid of one of them. Yeah, I did. So it's really simple, and I put some curtains leading into that space as well. And of course I had to use the little llama in here. He is so cute. I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of that item because I just think it's adorable, and llamas are a staple of The Sims. But we're moving on into the bathroom now, and we're using one of the new sinks that came with this pack. I didn't use the new sinks in my apartment build that I posted yesterday because they were just such massive bathrooms. I felt like they needed like counters. So I didn't get to use the sink yesterday, but I love this sink, and I think it's going to be my new like overused item, kind of like how I use this over toilet storage and that toilet from Tiny Living in every build ever. This sink is going to be part of that. Like this bathroom I just laid out, expect to see it a lot because I love it so much. I also used the new wallpaper with the triangles on it and the black swatch. I thought it was just a simple way to add a little bit more texture on the interior of this build. And then getting some decorations in the kitchen space. I got those wall plants that we just got, and adding a rug in that space as well. That is one of the ones that we got with the fitness pack. Oh, and then I'm going through debug. I wanted to add a couple more clutter pieces. So there are some like pens and pencils and stuff, but also there's these swatches that actually came with the they came with the fashion designer like career in base game. So I wanted to grab those as well because I just thought it made the desk look a little bit messier and like it had more personality and somebody was actually working in this space. Not everything is so perfectly placed. And then there is that lamp that I had mentioned before. So I think that's it for the clutter on the desk. I just wanted to make it look lived in, and I think I achieved that. And then I'm getting a trash can in here as well because so easy to forget trash cans in my builds. adding the cutting boards that I add in every kitchen ever. They just add a little bit of realism, and I think it is realistic to have a cutting board leaning against the wall in your kitchen. I know I have one. Let me know if you have one. Is that something I add in every build and you're like, why does she do that? Or do you relate? Adding some fruit in a bread box up on top of our stove or oven. I'm not used to them being different items in the game, so I'm going to end up calling them the wrong thing. Because before, whatever one popped into my head first, it was correct because they were the same item, but now they're separate items. So it's going to take me a little while to figure that out. And speaking of which, in yesterday's build, I messed up and I put the range hood over the oven, not the stove, because I'm not used to them being separate items. But we're back outside now, adding some more landscaping. I also had grabbed and put that easel out on the outdoor space on the deck. I thought it would be nice to like paint nature and stuff, and maybe you can be inspired by your paintings for some interior design stuff. Oh, imagine if you could like hang up your paintings in people's houses. Oh, I'm getting like Mr. Kate vibes. You make all of the DIYs that you put in their houses. You like, oh, it would look cute to have this painting. Here, let me paint it for you. I like that idea. I don't think you can do that though. From my little bit of playing with the career, you can't access your own personal inventory, I'm pretty sure, but that would be so cute. Well, actually, if you dragged it into your Sims inventory, not their household inventory, you probably could. I like that idea. Somebody should do that. Maybe I'll do that. Decorate people's houses with your own paintings. But anyway, that's the end of this build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.